network setup, cloud setup, wired Wi-Fi, infrastructure, status or setup, and Wi-Fi info, name, IP, mask, save network, scan for network, scanning Wi-Fi networks. Stand by.
Yep, stand by. Scanning for networks in the back roads of Tennessee, and you just never know what you're gonna find. An entire world of online oddity floats along out there in the digital ether. 3.2 billion images, 720,000 hours of video, uploaded daily. And that includes ours. You see, the keys to the kingdom have changed hands. The future of the internet doesn't belong to big corps and gatekeepers as much as it does to everyday creators, thinkers, artists, and storytellers. And that's where we fit in. A ragtag collection of outdoor misfits looking to tell stories and share experiences. Welcome to another episode of Ketch Outdoors. I'm Dusty Yakker, and today we angle a cast at the crossroads where the young sport of kayak fishing and the potential for its exposure meet. If the future holds bigger things for the sport of kayak fishing, it's nice to know what some of that groundwork looked like. Everything starts with the push of a button these days. That includes a generation of competitive kayak anglers. In the last decade, we've witnessed the landscape of kayak bass fishing change completely, going from something individual, ultra-niche, and grassroots to something more collaborative and large-scale.
Life with a giant trailer. Jesus, God, I just didn't want to stay there, dude. Get past you.
It's been far from a bumpy road. In the past several years, kayaking and kayak fishing in general has seen an explosion in sales and interest. Until recently, the growing fleet of bass anglers outfitting their kayaks with sonar, motors, and camera gear were more curious sideshow than legitimate player. Now, elite bass pros sign with kayak companies. Manufacturers build and drive innovation in the space, and tournaments are selling out months in advance and offering payouts in the tens of thousands of dollars. Is this a golden age?
Like Chickamauga Giant?
Or maybe just the beginning of something huge? Last fall, we traveled to southern Tennessee's Lake Chickamauga to test camera equipment designed to capture and stream high-resolution images in low-service areas. We feel there are stories to be told in this fishing game we're playing. And some of the best stories are revealed when our passions collide with the joy and the heartbreak of competition. Exploring a way to stream these experiences live was the goal. But when it comes to the irrepressible demands of the internet, people want to have their cake and eat it too. This is no surprise. Standards in speed and resolution for video are real. What's expected when the play button's pressed is an uninterrupted stream of content. We've grown used to it. If we want to showcase the thrill of an experience, it's got to look good with no interruption. But before we can outfit a whole field of kayak anglers with brand new camera equipment, we had to see just how feasible that was on one. And somehow, in between manuals, phone calls, user errors, and giant sinkholes, we managed to get in a few sessions of fun fishing. It didn't take long to dial in and start lifting some Chickamauga fish of all variety from the water.
Got him. Yeah, man, it don't matter. Let's see what she goes. That's a long fish. I'm guessing 20, 19 3/4. Fired up.
Yes, indeed. We're all a little fired up. There's a momentum building and we can feel it. These adventures, these explorations, being this close to nature, it isn't something to take for granted. So we don't. Instead, we load up our gear with a few smiles and tasteless jokes, then roll right up on the ramp and take to the water like a champion duck. Feet wet and feathers unfurled, it's time we slid this plastic into high gear. We might look calm on top, and maybe sometimes not. But underneath, we're giving it all we got.
You on them? You got a pattern figured out yet? You went the total opposite way of what I thought we were gonna go.
What does it mean to grow a sport? I'm not exactly sure. And the answer might be different depending on who you are. I do know what it means to inspire. I do know that the best environments to make connections in are the one in which ideas are most easily shared. There's no growth and there's no inspiration when you can't share. For all of the adverse impacts that technology has made on our society, it's still a miraculous vehicle for communication and thus inspiration. My idea, my message, a personal experience that has been sculpted by the force of a constant pursuit, is that the more I explored the places I loved, the more I was able to love myself. And that's just the surface of what's my own individual story. If anyone makes a positive connection with that, then I've succeeded. There's 1 billion images and 1 million hours of video uploaded each day, many that are divisive and malicious. If just a few more of those involve the intimacy and beauty of an on-the-water experience, or the pace and feel of a live competition, or the simple pursuit of happiness, then perhaps we are growing something that's worthwhile. Before we scrutinize technology or scrutinize others, maybe we should start with ourselves. What exactly is it that's important to you? And when exactly do you feel alive? I think now that I've had a chance to answer these questions, I can start fiddling around with the means by which I share them.
Hi, buddy.
Does it look like we're trying to divide you?
What do you want to do with Daddy when he gets back?
I wanna play with you and do arts.
Are we all not connected? You are not a target market, and I have nothing to sell you. There is only room to share and build, and plenty of it. These are the days of our lives, and if I must remind you, yours too. Ours just happened to involve small plastic fishing boats and a desire to do what we love. Every generation has those who help to try to lay groundwork for those who choose to follow. And that's all this is. A ragtag collection of outdoor misfits. But misfits capable of recognizing when a story's worth telling.
Your right side, you're clear. You're good to go.
If you're not nervous about it, I'm not nervous about it.
20 minutes, we gotta be on the edge of the water within the city, ready to launch. Okay.
I heard once that the most powerful force on Earth, more powerful than the world's standing army, is an idea whose time has come. So come, creators, thinkers, artists and storytellers. Our time is here. Our stories can be written. Our stories can be explored, carved out and sculpted. Our stories can be told, if you're willing to do so. From the backwoods of Tennessee, or in the lowest of service areas.
In the Marine Corps, you adapt and you overcome, whatever the problem is. And I'm afraid we're having some problems on day one of this testing, but I'm pumped, I'm optimistic. I think we're gonna do this. I think we're gonna handle our job. The question is gonna be, is Dusty gonna handle his job? We'll send you a signal from my camera on my phone to where we can see side-by-side comparisons of what, the difference of a cell phone setup and the setup, the 5 Live setup. Because that's going to be questions that we're going to have to answer to potential sponsors. You can do the water. I'm not going to launch him until we've got a good signal. The cameras are adjusted.
When we talk about things like laying groundwork in a space like competitive kayak bass fishing, we must acknowledge just how much of that space was built for us by the hard work and dedication of other groups and individuals. But that's what collaboration is, and that's how healthy communities are built and sustained. Everyone plays a role. We can't be sure what's in store for future generations. We just want to make sure the current one has access to what we do, to our stories. Live and in high definition. I'm Dusty Yakker, and I want to thank you for your time and attention. Please remember to consider all the possibilities to feel alive, because that is what's going to make the best story. We are Ketch Outdoors.
All right, I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to feel a little confident here.
That's your damn mom.
Let's break bread with each other.
There's a rainbow on your head.
Input auto reds native 19 by 20 10 by 80 8.264. Where's your signal? Like, I didn't set him in this boat and let you see what you see of him. How are we having company? I don't understand.
Dad, we gotta get a picture of the guy. Get in. Picture of the guy. Get in.
Okay, what do we? All right, let's troubleshoot. Duct tape fixes everything. Wiring, winch housing, broken marriages. Duct tape will fix it all. It just 5G's lit up, 2.4's lit up. Signaling, it's lights 1 through 4 are shifting back and forth. For the love of God, just keep this boat upright. We own it now. Showtime.